Where do we bury the survivors?
Yeah.
South Africa.
Hopeless.
Depends where they're domiciled. So if the person is domiciled in South Africa, you bury them in South Africa.
And hey guys, what's good, what's up, and what's popping? Today guys, today I'm at the mall. As you guys can see, I'm by the Grove Mall. So guys, as you guys have seen by the title of the video, today I am doing a public interview. See how it goes. So without wasting any time, let's get straight into the video. Okay, so your name?
Emily.
Emily. And Emily, sorry.
Yeah.
You? Kitumetse. Okay, Emily and Kitumetse. The question of the day today is, if a plane crashes in the borders of South Africa and Zimbabwe, where do you bury the survivors?
Where do we bury the survivors?
Yeah.
South Africa.
You say South Africa?
Yeah.
Okay, just listen to the question one more time. If a plane from South Africa crashes in the borders of South Africa and Zimbabwe, where do you bury the survivors?
Ah, no, that's no.
Thank you.
Going to bury the survivors.
Okay. So last question. What language do blind people speak?
Language do blind people speak?
Yeah.
Blind?
Yeah.
What language do blind people speak? I guess they... What's this called? Okay, I'm not sure, but I think they... Okay, I'm not quite sure, but
which one do you think? Okay, blind people.
What language do blind people speak?
Remember, blind people are not... They can speak. They're just blind.
Okay, and...
Their eyes are affected, but
yeah,
not
but
their
they know
mouth.
their mouth. Yeah, I get.
They speak their own language. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, guys, my name is Naomi, and your name?
Milky.
And you?
Charmaine.
Okay, Charmaine and Milky. The question of today is, if two babies are born at the same time, what are two called? And they are called twins. What are three called?
Triplets.
And then four?
Hopeless.
What are four called?
I don't know. Hopeless.
Okay, guys, let's go to the next one. Is an egg a fruit or veg?
Veg.
What? Egg. Yes.
Veg.
Okay, guys, the last one. If a plane from South Africa crashes in the borders of Zimbabwe, where do you bury the survivors?
South Africa.
Oh my God, and you?
Zimbabwe.
Remember, guys, I said, where do you bury the survivors? So survivors cannot be buried. And for the one for the egg, an egg is not a fruit or a veg, it's either. And then the one for triplets, yes, it was triplets, but four is quadruplets.
Oh, okay.
Okay, thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Okay, so I'm Naomi. You are? Muhao. Okay, you are?
I'm Joy.
You Joy. Okay, Joy and Muhao. So who do I start with? Okay, let's just do it, both of you guys. Between 10 kgs of brick and 10 kgs of feather, which one weighs more?
Feather. 10 kgs of what and what?
Bricks and feather.
Bricks.
Are you guys sure with your answer?
No.
Are you sure?
No.
Okay, which one do you think?
Between 10 kgs of
Bricks and feather. Yes.
feather or fur.
Feather.
Feather like the feather duster.
Yes.
Feather. 10 kgs of feather.
Yes.
I would go with bricks.
You?
Feather.
No, guys, the question is the same. Remember, 10 kg, 10 kg.
Fuck you.
Okay, let's do the next one. If a plane from South Africa crashes in the borders of Zimbabwe, where do you bury the survivors?
Wait, what?
On the border.
On the border.
Or on the no man land.
Okay, where do you think we bury the survivors?
I don't know.
I think bury them on the no man land because Zimbabwe or South Africa doesn't own it.
You say?
Bury them on the no man land. So South Africa and Zimbabwe don't own that land, so those dead people own it.
But remember, I said survivors.
Fuck.
So, okay, I said survivors. Remember, survivors survived and they cannot be buried. Okay, last one, okay? Which language do blind people speak?
Sign language?
What?
No, they can't.
We can see! But they can speak! Okay, guys, thank you a lot. Okay, so I'm Naomi and you are?
Botilo.
Botilo, you?
Kinele.
Kinelwe. Okay, Kinelwe and Botilo. By the way, you guys look great.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Between 10 kgs of feather and 10 kgs of brick, which one weighs more?
Break.
What do you think?
Feather.
Okay, are you guys sure with your answers? Actually, you guys are wrong. Remember, I say 10 kg, 10 kgs, so they both weigh the same.
Oh.
Okay, next one. If a plane from South Africa crashes in the borders of South Africa and Zimbabwe, where do you bury the survivors?
Won't they be dead?
Where do you bury the survivors? What do you think of it? Remember, guys, I say the survivors. So the survivors survived and they cannot be buried. You guys said. Okay, if two babies born at the same time are called twins, what are they called? What do you think three are called?
Triplets.
Okay, four?
Quadruplets.
Thank you. That's right. Okay, which language do blind people speak?
Sign language.
Which language do blind people speak?
They can hear because they're not deaf, they're blind.
Thank you, yes. Okay. Okay, the last question. Is an egg a fruit or veg?
I think it's a veg.
An egg, is it a fruit or veg?
Isn't it proteins?
Yes, it's not a fruit, it's not a veg. Thank you guys so much. So guys,
Okay.
Simpiwe, and you are?
Blessing.
Blessing. Okay, so the question is, if a plane from South Africa crashes in the borders of South Africa and Zimbabwe, where do you bury the survivors?
Oh my word. It depends where they're domiciled. So if the person is domiciled in South Africa, you bury them in South Africa.
And what do you say?
I say the same. I go with them.
What if I told you guys that I said survivors? And remember... Survivors cannot be buried. Okay, next one is, if two babies are born at the same time and are called twins, what are they called?
Triplets.
Okay, and then what are four called?
Quadrants.
Okay, thank you. Which language do blind people speak?
They don't speak.
Yeah?
They don't speak.
They don't
No, man, wait.
Just think about it.
What language do blind people speak?
Yeah.
They are blind. No, man, how though? Okay, if you blind,
The language that they hear at home.
Yeah, she's right. Okay, and your name is?
Jamai.
Jamai, and you are?
Demi.
Demi. Okay, so the question for today is, if a plane from South Africa crashes in the border of South Africa and Zimbabwe, where do you bury the survivors?
I wouldn't bury them.
Where do you?
I don't know. Both sides. I don't know.
Got it.
I don't know.
But remember, guys, they are survivors. They are not dead. You get it? Okay. So the second question is, if two babies are born at the same time and they're called twins, what are they called?
A triplet?
Yeah, and what are four called?
Quadruplets.
Thank you, good. What language do blind people speak?
Normal language.
What do you think?
Normal language.
Okay, guys. Whoa. Okay. If your mother has 4 children, north, east, and south, who's the fourth one?
West.
Who's the fourth one?
South.
No, think about it. North, east, south, and...
West.
But what about you? You guys get it? Okay, thank you guys so much. My name is Naomi. What is your name?
Zion.
Zian, and you?
Tristan.
Kristen, okay. So the questions for today is, if a plane from South Africa crashes in the borders of Zimbabwe, where do you bury the survivors?
What the fish?
Huh? Where do you think would be?
I didn't hear you.
If a plane from South Africa crashes in the borders of South Africa and Zimbabwe, where do you bury the survivors?
I don't know. In the ground.
Okay. No, I don't know. Just anything. Okay, guys, remember I said survivors, so they survived and they cannot be buried.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. Okay, last question. If 2 babies are born at the same time and are called twins, what are 3 called?
Trip.
Okay, thank you. And what are 4 called? Thank you guys so much. Rendani. And what's your name?
Renewa.
Okay, so the question is, if a plane from South Africa crashes in the borders of South Africa and Zimbabwe, where do you bury the survivors?
There's no survivors. So you can't bury them, like they die on the spot. Yeah.
But on this case, they are survivors. Where do we bury them?
That's the wrong number.
In the sea.
Oh my God. But like, guys, remember, they are survivors.
Wait, say the question again.
If a plane from South Africa and Zimbabwe, if a plane from South Africa crashes in the borders of South Africa and Zimbabwe, where do you bury the survivors?
You don't bury them because they survive.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. So my name is Naomi and your name is?
It's brilliant.
Brilliant. Okay, so the question is, if a plane from South Africa crashes in the borders of South Africa and Zimbabwe, where do you bury the survivors?
Survivors, you can't bury survivors. They're alive, so you can't bury them.
Yes, thank you. Okay, if 2 babies born at the same time are called twins, what are 3 called?
They're called triplets.
What are 4 called?
Fourplets?
No.
What are they?
Quadruplets.
Quadruplets, yes.
Okay, thank you. Last question. Is an egg a fruit or veg?
Oh my goodness, that I do not know. Because you can't say it's a fruit or it's a veg. Because at the end of the day, it's going to be a chicken. And a chicken is not an egg. It's not a fruit
It's a
or a
protein.
veg.
It's neither, both of them. Okay, thank you so much. My name is...
Michael.
Thank you.
Calvin.
Candace. Dario.
Okay, so the question is, if a plane from South Africa crashes in the borders of Zimbabwe, where do you bury the survivors?
I don't know. In South Africa. Because it's from South Africa.
South Africa.
Yeah.
You rescue the survivors. You don't bury them.
Wait,
they survivors.
Yes,
But if you rescue them, you don't bury them.
Yeah, you rescue them because they are survivors. Remember, they made it. Okay, the next question is, if 2 babies born at the same time are called twins, what are 3 called?
I don't know.
Don't you know they're triplets, aren't they?
Yes, they are. And then what are 4 called?
4. Quadruplets. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so the last one, is an egg a fruit or veg?
None.
Okay. Thank you guys so much. Okay, so my name is Naomi. Your name is?
Class.
Okay. So the question is, if a plane from South Africa crashes in the borders of Zimbabwe, where do you bury the survivors?
Repeat the question.
If a plane from South Africa crashes in the border of South Africa and Zimbabwe, where do you bury the survivors?
Underground.
But which ground, South Africa or Zimbabwe?
South Africa is because we bombed them.
Okay, but remember I said the survivors.
Oh, the survivors.
Yeah, so remember the survivors cannot be buried. Okay, so if 2 babies born at the same time are called twins, what are 3 babies born at the same time called?
Triplets.
4?
Quadruples.
Okay, so the last one is an egg a fruit or veg?
A fruit.
an egg?
An egg.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a fruit.
No, it's none of the above.
But the chicken was fruitful.
No, it's none.
Alright, next question.
My name is Naomi and your name is?
Mita.
Mita. Okay. So Mita, the question of the day, today is: if a plane from South Africa crashes in the borders of South Africa and Zimbabwe, where do you bury the survivors?
Okay. A plane from South Africa
Yes.
crashes on the border of South Africa and Zimbabwe.
Yes.
Don't you bury them in South Africa?
Remember, they are survivors. They are not dead.
Oh.
Okay. Okay, the next one is the last one. Between 10 kgs of feather and 10 kgs of bricks, which one weighs more?
I think it's the feathers. Well, no, isn't it the same?
It's the same.
Yeah, it's the
Thank
same.
you.
Oh, hi.
Joy. Okay, the question for today is: if a plane from South Africa crashes in the borders of Zimbabwe and South Africa, where do you bury the survivors?
South Africa.
Oh, they're survivors, so they survived. So you don't bury them.
Wow, first one to get it right, give a five. Thank you. Okay, the second one is: if two babies are born at the same time and two are called twins, what are three babies born at the same time called?
Triplets.
Okay, what are four called?
Quadruple.
Thank you. Wow, you guys are really smart. What language do blind people speak?
English.
Whatever, like English, for example.
Thank you, you guys. Okay, the last one is an egg a fruit or veg?
It's a meat.
Okay, yes, it's either. It's not a fruit or veg.
Oh my God! Wow!